It's time for another tabletop role-playing game, which means it's time for me to explain some more background so that any of this makes some goddamn sense. I've heard that good writers borrow and great writers steal. I'm mostly just lazy, so if you see anything in this world that seems stolen, you're not hallucinating. Don't worry about it. I know I stole it. I'm just gonna smash all this shit together and have a good time with my friends. So without any further ado, let's talk about the history and setting of this game's world. In the beginning, there was simply the creator, his mind filled with designs of vast imagination. One day, he was ready to begin his designs in earnest, to put them into action. So he set about his angels to create the city of Septemport, a perfect living clockwork. They toiled day and night, fashioning the mountain and its walls, but after so long, unrest began to mount among them. One, Gemma, asked the creator, "What is the meaning of this? What is Septemport for?" The creator replied, "You will not understand, Gemma. Someday you may know, but that day is far off." Gemma was not satisfied. He began to openly defy the creator's orders. Before the creator could grab hold of him and hurl him from heaven, he took the angel Kira hostage. In the creator's grasp, he cried, "You would not dare harm your most beautiful angel, would you?" Heedless to Kira's safety, the creator plucked Gemma's wings and cast them both into the hell jungle far outside Septemport's walls. There, Gemma colluded with all manner of fiends, until he raised enough opposition to lay siege to the mountain city. Gemma made his own fortress hidden in the jungle. There he also made preparations to make Kira his bride. The creator's angels were mighty busy with the task of Septemport's construction and the creation of its many peoples. With no other agent, the creator turned to his only begotten son, Marduk, to sprout the city, to the sprouting city to stem Gemma's invasion. Even Marduk was puzzled by the location of Gemma's hidden stronghold. He called upon the assistance of Dogo, the trickster, in assistance in locating it. Dogo thought of a plan and quickly arranged a meeting with the fallen angel. Gemma was clever. He would not reveal the location of his stronghold in their talks. But as he parted, Dogo presented him with a mirror. "To ensure your bride remain beautiful, O Lord of Demons," and Gemma could not refuse. Kira wept often in the clutches of her terrible host. Presented with the mirror, she felt some pang of joy. In the dead of night, she heard a voice calling. When she awakened, she saw a familiar face in the mirror, not her own, but that of Marduk. They talked long in the dark hours. Any time Gemma's eyes were not upon her, their admiration grew over the weeks until Marduk confessed his love for her. A brilliant light grew in Kira's heart, a light that could not be held back by earth or stone. It shone high toward the sky and pointed the way to Gemma's keep. Marduk marshaled his army. With one legion assembled from each of the districts, he sallied forth to lay siege to Gemma's hidden fortress. The battle raged for 100 days. Men and demon alike were pushed to the limits of mortal and immortal endurance, until Marduk cornered the demon and slew him once and for all. Septemport knew peace for a generation. Marduk founded his capital, and his progeny would be known as the Chosen. Upon his death, they relocated to the peak of Septemport and began to dominate the skies with great flying machines. Septemport is a gigantic city. For reference, it's the size of Texas. The city, the mountain. Including nearly all of the amenities required to keep such a nation going, the entire city is built into a gigantic mountain, with the hell jungle exploding to its southwest and nothing but salt flats to its northeast. The city is split into 7 districts, separated by massive walls with gates built into them. The 7th district is the area closest to the city, but still firmly in the hell jungle's grasp. Its denizens have the most contact with the world beyond, hearing rumors and trading with the bizarre travelers from so far away. They are also all hideously and strangely mutated by some property of the jungle, or perhaps of the mountain. The 6th district is overrun with outlaws, bandits, and miscreants. It's overseen by a crazy sentient golem known only as Connor. Connor knows that he's crazy, but do not remind him of such things. Consumed by his search for Kira's mirror, there is no one he won't exploit to get to the magnificent object. As such, his agents plunder the wastes of Gate 6 in search of clues. The 5th district is composed of a series of tribes and clans fighting proxy battles in preparation for some great war. They have been training for generations in some grim expectation from within or without. District 5 has 2 major cities, one at the northern section, Ankara, and another one at the southern section, Janam. The denizens of the cities take their clan rivalry very seriously, perhaps too seriously. The 4th district is known as the World Bazaar. What was once Marduk's seat of power is now a bustling metropolis all along its area. There is not one square foot that has not been urbanized. Poverty and crime run rampant across the once great district, but it is said that if you seek it, it can be found at the World Bazaar, including tunnels to Marduk's ancient city. The third district is made up of plains and plains of beautiful farmland, from Armstrong in the northern mountains to Wind City in the south. Wind City and the other cities in the district are ruled by an ancient order of monks, the Holy Guard, and a democratic republic working in tandem with each other in order to pass laws. The second district is literally a junk heap, a pile of trash. There, the Chosen unload their refuse and trash in giant designated garbage zones in the second district. That being said, there is immense salvage to be found in that detritus. Even what the Chosen consider trash is incredibly valuable in the face of what comparative feeble technology and magic rest in the rest of the city. The first district, atop the peak, is reserved for the Chosen themselves. They do not speak with outsiders. They do not interact with outsiders. We have all seen their ships flying above, and sometimes battling each other, wreaking havoc and devastation. If you fly too high, they will shoot you down. If you try to climb the mountain, well, let's just say no one has ever come back from such an attempt. But something is rumbling in the bogs. Something makes the jungles quake. Something is coming. The creator's final designs are grinding into motion, but what does that mean for the people of Septemport? The creator works in mysterious ways. As we speak, his agents are assembling a group who might be able to turn back the tide approaching the city. The first is a mercenary by the name of Nikolai Hult. Born in District 6, he did everything in his power to leave. He made it to District 3 and attempted to join the Holy Guard, but the allure of coin convinced him to take his talents to District 4 instead. He is addicted to a substance known as Giant's Heart, which is able to help him heal from dire wounds. The second is a halfling druid from District 3 named Clementine. She does not know how she's been wound up into all this. She's just a humble farm girl who knew she could talk to goats. When she ingests the mushroom known as Elijah's Whisper, there are many other things that she can commune with. The third is a blade for hire in District 2 by the name of Solandra. Her mother brought her there at a very young age for reasons unknown. She found her calling as a mercenary when she found a gnarled chunk of otherworldly metal in a downed Chosen ship. What seemed like a bizarre chunk of black otherworld was actually a blade, and she forged a bond with it, naming it Brother. She has come to realize that it is alive, and that when they are separated, she becomes very weak. The last is a friend they have not met yet, a runty orc in District 6, Vilo, a brutal pit fighter who battles for Connor's amusement. In order to survive the increasingly dangerous fights, he's begun consuming a substance known as Red Eye in order to overcome the lethal odds. But what's coming? What will they do about it? We'll find out as they explore the intricate clockwork of Septemport.